Good morning,
Good to
Carla.
see you again.
Yeah, great to see you
And
too.
for all of you listening to my voice right now, do not mind it. I have a slight cold, so if Dippo gets sick by next week, you might be knowing who the vector was, as they
Okay.
say.
Great
All
you said
right,
it
so
already.
today is a very interesting show, very eye-opening show, if I can say that. It's an eye-opener for all of you listening out there, all of you who want to know what they're eating, what's on their plate, where it's coming from. We have here in the studio a very special guest, Mr. Sansa Olakunle. You are most welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much, Kara.
And Mr. Sansa is coming all the way from Organic Shop, which, as the name says it, is the first, if I may say.
Sure.
Yeah, the
Sure.
first.
Health store?
Yeah, the first health store to ever open up its doors to the Nigerian population when it comes to selling organic produce. Mr. Sansa has a bachelor's degree and a master's degree in agriculture from the Federal University of Agriculture in Obekuta, Ogun State. And if you want to follow him and his adventures when it comes to organic farming, at Sansa_Olakunle.
Sure.
So, Sansa, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to go straight at it. For all of you listening right now, we will be taking some calls later on. We will be opening the lines 012770993. Depot your phone 012771993, 012772993, 012773993. We will be opening the lines later on because we've got a lot to talk about. It's a very serious topic, if I may say. Something we all need to take in mind. It's Nigeria has a lot to learn when it comes to organic farming.
Sure,
Right?
sure.
There are some news we're going to share as well. But to start, Mr. Sansa, tell us a bit more about yourself, what brought you into this field, and what your future projects are concerning Organic Shop.
Yeah, organic agriculture started some few years. My venture into the organic world actually grew up from a passion which I have for making food available, but not just available, but having something safe for people to eat. And that's why what we do in Organic Shop currently.
So how long have you been in the field of organic farming?
Organic farming, I've been in this field for the past 6 to 7 years.
Yeah, and you've been working before in agriculture,
Exactly,
definitely.
even as a student.
Yeah. And how do you see the progress from when you first started till now? Are Nigerians more aware about how important it is to go towards the choice of organic food?
Yeah, Nigerians are becoming more sensitive and more health conscious perhaps on what they consume, not just even what they consume, both internally and externally on their skin.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not just the food,
Not just the
it's
food, but everything
skin
you use it-
products.
exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
And Organic Shop actually provides many of those products.
Yeah, Organic Shop is an health store that actually deals with aromatherapy, fresh farm produce. We have herbs and spices. We have basically we do with what you eat in and what you use on your skin.
Exactly, which
Yeah.
is basically the two barriers, your
Exactly,
stomach and your
exactly,
skin, the two
exactly.
barriers of
Sure.
your body. All right, so moving straight to the conversation. Everybody is hearing organic. They think it's something fancy that makes it sound like, yeah, it's fancy, so it's more expensive. It's just that it's a bit healthier, which is not the point. It's a myth. People think that, once you say organic, it's just that it's greener. But when you really think of the difference, if you can explain to whoever is listening right now who's actually interested in knowing more about what organic is, what would be the difference between conventional farming and organic farming?
Yeah, basically, let me start with conventional
Yes,
farming.
please
Conventional
do.
farming is something you go into agriculture, you plant, and you make use of your pesticides, herbicides, right from the first farming operation till the end. You use perhaps pesticide, herbicides, chemicals, fertilizers, and so many. In respect to livestock, you definitely be using a growth hormone, a growth a regulator, perhaps for different kind of purpose, depending on what you are aiming as a farmer. But in organic agriculture deals with nature. Everything you use in organic agriculture has to be what nature provides. And as they saying, there's safety in everything nature gives. So in organic agriculture, you don't use anything that has to do with chemicals, synthetics, pesticides, or herbicides.
None
So
of
you-
that.
None of that. You
No
grow
GMOs.
naturally. No GMOs.
So if I were to compare chickens,
Chickens, okay,
which
fine.
is always the example I keep on giving. I don't know
Because
why.
you like chicken.
Yeah, and I order from you chicken
Yeah,
as well,
sure,
so I know what I'm eating. What would be the difference if you go to a farmer who has a conventional method and your farmers who are into the organic farming?
Okay, basically, first thing you know in chicken, it's actually the taste, the quality of what you are eating.
Definitely.
So aside that, when it comes to livestock for chicken, so many farmers would want, okay, perhaps a bird that is supposed to be available at table size perhaps for 12 weeks or 10 to 12 weeks. Because I want to make money in a quick way, I'll just, what can I add to this and to just make these beds available because there's a high demand for it, and perhaps add some good hormones or good regulator, and you have that same bed at 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So you're having something at 5 weeks. So many things, so many stimulants have been added, and which you haven't allowed the beds grow naturally.
So growth hormones are injected.
Are injected.
What else? Their feeds.
Antibiotics are being fed with them. The kind of feeds, perhaps they are feeds grown from fertilizers, and so once it's more of a compound thing. Once the chicken, the birds eat all those things. Now where is it going to? It's going to the consumer's body.
Yeah,
And the
because
body
it stays
starts-
in the bird's meat,
Exactly.
and we consume
And
that meat.
one funny thing about these chemicals, they degrade as in very very easily, and it takes time. So you might be eating them now and not really feel, but before you know it, in the next couple of years, you start, I'm having a symptoms for this kind of disease, and that's why you see so many chronic diseases came up as in recently over the years,
Definitely.
or compared to when we were growing up as a young guy.
That's the thing. Your liver doesn't know what to do of the food
Exactly.
because it's of the chemicals, because it's something that's not natural. So it just keeps them in the body,
Sure,
and
sure.
most
And
of the
so,
time
yeah.
in your fat stores, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so when you're going to an organic approach to farming those chickens, what would that be?
So first thing you consider in organic, which I mentioned earlier, has to do with nature. Now your birds really has to be free range birds. You
Define free range, please.
free
for
range.
those.
Now what you do in free range, they are not under any cage system.
They're not
You
in
know,
cages,
yeah, they are
just
not in
like our old
cages.
grannies
Yeah,
and
they are free
granddads
to,
used to have.
they are
them,
free
so.
to move around, to flap their wings, to jump on a tree, and that is what nature actually gives. But once you put them into into a confinement, perhaps in a cage or in any form of system, you're already limiting them. So their interaction. One thing about organic agriculture is interaction with the environment, the ecosystem. There must be a balance. There must be a synergy between every habitat in that ecosystem, between man and plant and animals and the likes. So once you already put them in a cage system, you're already cutting short that.
All right. Yeah, well, that's a big difference.
Sure.
And which is where you get the concept of, organic farming. And once again, let's say plants, same thing. You're respecting the soil, right? Can you give us an example when you're like you're having vegetables or fruits that you need in organic farming, and what the difference is with conventional?
Okay, for plants, with respect to organic agriculture and conventional, for plants, it starts from the seeds. The source of your seed actually has to be organic.
You see already.
Fine.
So it's really going.
Once you have some stores, they will tell you this is organic, but the seeds are not organic. So the source of your seeds has to be organic. And after that, you now talk about your plant operations, your preparations, everything. You don't do bush burning. You don't use chemicals. You don't use fertilizers. You you want to plant and you want to maintain what nature has provided to you in that particular farmland. So even if you are going to clear those weeds in the organic system, they are actually beneficial because those are what you use to do your compost. So you turn them over into the soil, they decay and they add nutrients to the soil. So when you are going to weed, you weed manually, or perhaps you use an integrated weeding system, perhaps culturally and with some chemicals. When I mean chemicals, there are some plants you can actually extract. So the chemicals from that plant can actually help you in respect to pesticides.
You see.
And that's what is called biopesticides. So that's what you use on your farm. Exactly.
So you're basically aligning yourself with the natural rhythms of the land.
Exactly.
There is no monocropping, which is basically using the same plot every year.
No.
and planting the same-
Organic farming actually encourages crop rotation.
Very
Now, if
good.
I'm going to be planting yam on my farm this year, okay, I know yam is a tuber crop and is an heavy feeder crop. So what I do is, the next year I would want to plant in something that has to do with nitrogen, and that's legumes. So they
Exactly.
fix
So they thrive
nitrogen
on
to the soil.
whatever
Yeah,
the
so
yeah.
they add more nutrients to your soil. So by the following year, you can perhaps plant cereal. So and you can always move around your farmland. Okay, I'm planting here. I'm planting a different section. And you can have a large span of land, but rotate the particular area which you plant your crops.
That's very true. And there's something very important people need to understand. When your soil is rich,
Yeah.
the produce you get from it
Fine.
becomes rich as
Fine,
well,
yeah.
because the plants and all the vegetables and fruits you take are taking all the nutrients from the
Exactly,
soil.
sure.
So if your soil is depleted with nutrients, the vegetables and fruits you're going to be planting will also be
deficient,
depleted.
sure.
So the organic method, as you say, helps encourage biodiversity from what you're saying
Exactly,
through
yeah.
crop rotation
Yeah.
and to also support the mineral content of the
Content
soil,
of the
which is
soil.
very important.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to talk about, but I really wanted people to understand that there is a difference. And unfortunately, we've had news, as you can announce it, that GMOs, and if you can give a better detailed explanation of what GMOs really needs, and the latest news you have about that.
GMO is when you talk genetically modified fruits, and when we talk about genetically modified foods, they're actually crops that have been genetically engineered, and this is it to the genetics line. Perhaps you have a particular tree that is responsible for a feature
like a pesticide
in a plant. Okay, that when you talk about pesticide, okay, let me put it this way: you are talking about a plant resistance to a particular pest.
Exactly.
Okay.
So now, okay, I'll take for example the recent cowpea, bitter cowpea that has just been commercialized in
Cowpea.
Nigeria. Now the cowpeas are known to be very susceptible to pests. It's very difficult to raise cowpea and without using pesticides.
So now they're genetically modified.
So now we have a particular variety that had actually taken care of a particular pest, that's Maruca, and now this cowpea is very resistant to that pest. Now it's more about encouraging food production, increasing food production. But now what we don't know is how safe is that the engineered trait in the crop. Now the crop is very resistant to the pest, but how safe is it to humans?
Yeah, I mean, there hasn't been any research publicly examining the nutrient content of GMOs on a longer run. I mean, has there been any research that follows off with, okay, you're ingesting GMOs, how is it affecting you on a longer run? We don't know. We don't know what this thing can do to us.
We don't know, but I want to be sure that in developed countries there are actually research articles to that. But in our own country, we don't really know.
And so what would the articles that are, I mean, I guess from very good resources claiming about genetically modified organisms?
Now,
fine, we get it. You have a lot of production, you're feeding the needy, you're feeding the hungry, but what are you feeding them?
When you talk about feeding, am I feeding to make money? That's the question we should ask ourselves.
It's like,
so if I'm feeding people, it's a business to me. So definitely I won't tell you that my business will kill you.
definitely not.
So-
and
so-
they have a very good campaigning and marketing campaign for that.
Exactly,
to
and
tell
we are
it's safe.
it's a food industry, and people would want to eat. So, and a businessman in the food industry wouldn't want to come and tell people, "Oh, this thing I'm planting, I'm selling is actually
Yeah.
not safe." So everybody will want to justify, "Oh, what I'm giving to you to this table is actually safe for consumption." But it's now it depends on the consumer to now. To
Be
actually
smart about
determine
it.
or be smart about it. Oh, this is what I want to eat. I want to eat something safe. I want to eat something that I know. I know the source where they are from, and so you
Real
don't
food,
yeah.
basically. That's it.
Exactly.
I want to eat real food.
Real food, all foods.
There's a lot to talk about. Stay with us, Mr. Sansa. We're going to go on a short break, Dippo. We are going to leave you with Asa by Ayo. See you after the break on more on organic, sustainable farming.
Taxis waiting down on the street, so hurry up, I have to go. Looking round, you see all the people making faces very cool. Carry me away, far from the circles that never breaks. Hey, hey, hey. Going home, where this road goes, I already know. Where everybody cares for one another, and they take you as their sister. Ayo, 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 ayo. I'm not afraid. Hey, going home, going home. Well, this road goes, I already know, where everybody cares for one another, and they take you as their brother. Ayo, 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 ayo. Where the children run around, there's laughing in the crowd. I hope it still remains the same. Ayo, 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 ayo. Where there's something in the song that makes you feel at home, and that's what's calling out my name. Ayo, ayo, would you take me and embrace me as your own? Would you take me and embrace me as your own? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ayo, 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 ayo. Where the children run around, there's laughing in the crowd. I hope it still remains the same. Ayo, 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 ayo. Where there's something in the song that makes you feel at home, and that's what's calling out my name. Ayo, 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 ayo.
All right, welcome back to the Health Station on your favorite station, Nigeria Info, with me, Carla, Dipo, and our guest today, Mr. Sansa. Mr. Sansa, for all those of you who are just tuning in, is from the Organic Shop. He has a master's degree and a bachelor's degree in agriculture, and he is the reason why we're talking about organic farming and the organic debate here in Nigeria. So welcome back again.
Thank you, Carla and Dipo.
So we spoke about what the difference is earlier in the show between organic and conventional farming. And we're going to go further into the topic now that we have an idea of what it is. Where does Organic Shop stand in all that? Because at the end of the day, we just said it. It's the first shop to ever really promote organic farming, to promote all those local farmers who are really trying to get some healthy food out there despite this whole competition with conventional farming. Can you give us more on that?
Yeah, basically at Organic Shop, what we are doing is we are currently supporting sustainable organic farmers. Now, in as much as we want food that are safe to be available, some people are at the back end to make this food available. So what we do is now we get few farmers under a certified body in the country. Now we train those farmers and we tell them some of those things they produce, and we make them see the premium in organic agriculture. So not just farming, not just your regular farming. Okay, why do you produce vegetables? And majority of them don't even know they can actually produce with things that are made of nature. Some of them don't know without chemicals. Some of their crops we will do fine. So what we do in Organic Shop is we support those sustainable organic farmers, those in livestock. Recently for our chickens, we brought in some livestock producers and find we have a very good market for you. And aside even from market, people need to eat something safe. So why don't you just still to, okay, start gradually. You don't need to start perhaps with 1,000 beds. Okay, you want to go organic livestock farming. Okay, why don't you just try with 50 and see how it goes? And funny enough, it's been interesting. So we've been having good testimonies from them, and so they've been doing it gradually. So our own target as an organization is we need to promote more farmers into the organic agriculture line. Let them see the premium and let them understand that there is need for us to produce foods that are safe for people to eat, so that we don't just end up having spending money on drugs, on chronic disease from foods filled with pesticides and the likes.
Definitely. And it's made in Nigeria. What better way is to promote also production in Nigeria?
Exactly,
You are
yeah,
actually
production.
contributing to the economy.
Exactly.
So yeah, and unfortunately, the rural areas are quite poor nowadays. Farmers are really struggling, and they're trying to look for the easy way out most of the time. So you do work as a facilitator here. You're really making an amazing job, and I totally believe in your project, big
Thank you.
time. So we're going to go back a bit on the pesticide debate, because some people say, well, you just wash it off and it goes and it's fine. Can you give us more on the health risks of pesticide? Because there are many proven health risks. I
And
can name you
that,
many.
that is actually what is being sold to people, perhaps from the conventional line. They tell you,
Yeah, it's
just wash it
just
off.
wash it off. Why can't we just wash it off like people want us to believe and get into their whole scam?
Okay, let me start from what we are currently facing as a country. If you notice, this year we had so many changes in rainfall, and
Oh, yes.
we had so many excessive. And the noise has been on climate change. Now, some of these chemicals that had been used in the past, some of those burnings that had been done in the past actually resulted to this climate change, and we are now seeing the result now.
In
So
what way do they contribute
now,
to
when
the
you
climate
use
change?
chemicals, when you use synthetics, they don't degrade easily. Now, once you use some of those things, or you burn them, the amount of CO2 you release to the atmosphere. Now, you don't have enough crops to actually to reduce the emission. So, and they have to turn over. You release CO2, and
Yeah, because plants actually take
exactly
in CO2 and
yeah.
give you
So
oxygen.
once you the funny thing is, we don't even have our forest reserves had really been eaten up. So we have so many
Sad.
things, and it's affecting virtually everywhere in the world.
Definitely.
In respect to plastics, people using plastics anyhow, So basically, pesticides, they don't degrade easily. Anything
they're
that has to
not
do with
natural.
chemicals, synthetics, they don't degrade easily, and it affects the environment. Once it affects the environment, it affects the climate, and that's why we're having issues all around, and so many things. We need to plant this, we need to go organic. That's the essence of organic agriculture. So once you use pesticides, it's not something that you can just wash off. You can wash it off, but it actually goes. And now imagine if it stays longer on a plant, and after consuming that same particular plant, and as an human you consume that, how it can stay in the body for long. And some of those diseases that we've been reported, even in research articles, some related to cancer, ulcer, and hypertension, diabetes, and the likes.
I mean, it's not just, as Sir Sansa was saying, it's not just the peel of the fruit or the vegetable. The soil
Even the
contains
soil.
those pesticides that were washed off from the rain or whatever, and the plant takes it inside from its roots. So it's inside as well, whether you like it or not. You mentioned other things like cancer. The list goes on. You have hormone disruption, reproductive problems, birth defects, nerve
Exactly.
disorders, blood
Mutations,
disorders, brain and nervous system toxicity, skin and eye and lung irritation. The list goes on.
Sure.
The list goes on and on. I cannot tell you how bad it is. And people just say, wash it off, which is really not the full point, right? We're going to take another break so that we can talk more about the project you have on making organic food, organic produce more available. We'll see you after the break. We'll leave you now with Brimo by Duro.
we're back. This is Health Station with Carla.
All right, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed Duro by Brimo. And we have more interesting facts coming in the show. Welcome back to the Health Station with myself, Carla Dippo, and Mr. Sansa, who's here in the studio. For those of you joining us right now, Mr. Sansa is here from the organic shop. We've been talking about the difference between organic and conventional farming and how Nigerians should be more aware of what they're eating, what's on their plate, where it's coming from, because conventional farming has started to take a turn into the GMO marketing, if I could say, and even God knows what else is out there, right?
Sure.
I mean, there isn't much monitoring on things, is there? I mean,
There is, but this is Nigeria, and we have a body that regulates organic certification
yeah.
in the country, which is called
Yes.
NOAN.
Yes,
So-
that's Association of National Organic Agriculture Practitioners in Nigeria.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the body that actually can certify if this farmer
yeah,
is
organic.
organic or not,
Yes.
is adopting organic procedures. All right, so we spoke of Organic Shop, where you stand in promoting organic farming, in promoting self-sustainable organic farming, and the dangers of nowadays how conventional farming is, be it GMOs, pesticides, and the list goes on. You have a project which we are going to open, and I hope will come to VI soon. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, very, very soon we should be in VI.
Yeah.
Organic shop, we started our organic farmers market. That's a neighborhood market where you can always walk in and get your fresh farm produce every second Saturday. We started last month, and tomorrow is another day for farmers market. And these are basically our mission. Now you have so many regular markets in the country, and we've always had people, I need where I can get organic produce and products. I need where I can be sure this thing I'm getting, because there's a difference between somebody just coming to you and tell you, oh, this is organic. Now
Yeah.
there's no label on them. You are not sure of where the source of the produce
Exactly.
is
How
coming
can
from.
you know?
But once you come to our farmers market, you are sure everything you are getting is certified organic.
That's
Every of
amazing.
our farm produce you are getting is certified organic, and that's what our farmers market do. And so you would you would also be able to get other products aside from fresh farm produce. We have our herbs and spices, and in organic shop, what our mission is basically simple: is making healthy living a lifestyle. So
Yes.
for everything you consume inside, for everything you consume externally, we have every produce for you available certified organic.
And for those who can't make it to the farmers market, like myself, because it's in Ikeja, right?
Yes.
We know that you have a Facebook page, and you also have a website. Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah.
How people can contact you for orders? Because you do deliver.
Sure,
you deliver
sure,
to
sure,
me,
sure.
so I guess you deliver
Sure,
to
sure.
many others.
Yeah, on Facebook, you can connect with us on Facebook at Organic Shop, on Instagram at Organic Shop, and our website is www.organic.ng. So you can always place your order, and I think I need to tell you we have the fastest delivery.
Oh, yes, you do. I can
Oh.
confirm that,
Oh,
because
thank
on
you,
the
Carla.
day you tell me you're delivering, you're actually delivering, and you always give me, which I love about their service, what's the window of time they can deliver. So they don't tell you we're delivering at 3. They tell you between what time and what time will
time,
someone
okay.
be available, because they take into consideration traffic and other factors, And my goods always arrive fresh. I order chicken; it arrives exactly how it should, because we were discussing, how do you deliver the chicken? How can you ensure that the chicken arrives fresh, that there is no cross contamination on the way with a change in temperature? Can you explain more on your delivery system?
Basically, when we are ready to deliver our chickens, because everything we sell when it comes to farm produce, we deliver fresh. So right from farm, we have a cooling medium, which they have been immediately they are slaughtered. They are transferred into the cooling medium. So basically, from the cooling medium right to the to our refrigerator, and from there we have a box where our dispatch rider uses. So our chickens don't even use 5 minutes outside to avoid
That's it.
contamination. Yeah. So-
And that's not just, we're talking about chicken, but there are other things. We said you also sell fish.
Yeah.
Give us more on the vegetables, fruits, fish.
Yeah, like for our farmers market tomorrow, we have so many fruits and vegetables that you can get. We have pineapple, we have banana, we have plantain, we have watermelon, we have cucumbers, we have some exotic vegetables, we have berries, we have yam, and we have palm oil. Okay, and I need to mention this. We've had people say, "Oh, I can grow this in my backyard. I can grow this." Now, that something grows naturally doesn't make it organic.
Uh-huh.
And that
What's the
is-
difference?
That is the premium we give you in organic shop.
That's
Now,
true.
this is it. That I can grow something in my backyard doesn't make it organic. Organic is actually a system. And there's a certification that guides that system. So, and one of those things I've seen people told me, I grew this vegetable right in my compound.
So I don't
And-
need to buy it
And
from
the
you.
next compound, I saw someone with a knapsack sprayer just killing pests. The person is spraying pests.
deposits.
And you know one thing about chemical, once rain falls, it leaches it
Of
off
course.
to where you. So the organic system actually guides. There is always a buffer zone for you if you are producing organic.
To isolate.
Yeah, to isolate. So before another inorganic or a conventional farmer comes near you, there's a standard buffer zone. So for every of our products in organic shop, you are sure that they are certified organic.
That's amazing. That's a very good point there. Same thing in, generators everywhere. If I want to plant
Exactly.
something on my
Fumes.
balcony and I just get my finger through the plant and I see a black powder, that's it.
That's
It
very
has
high
to
in
be
aluminium.
isolated. Yeah, aluminium. It's
Yeah.
true. It's a
It's very
toxic
dangerous,
metal, of
to
course. So let's give more information. We're going to be taking calls for all of you who have questions, who want to inquire more about it. 012770993, 012771993, 012772993, 012773993. You can always reach them on WhatsApp +234 818 507 9084. Once again, 234 818 507 9084, and follow them on their Instagram handle Organic Shop. Organic Shop is PPE, double PE, not just OP. And of course on your Facebook page, which is
Organic Shop.
also Organic Shop. Excuse me. So I was going to ask something and I forgot because I got interrupted by my cough, but we will take a call right now, Mr. Sanza. How about that?
Yeah, fine.
All right. Hello.
All right, good morning, Carla.
Good morning. Who's on the line?
My name is Okoyemi.
Hi, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ikorodu.
All right. Do you have anything to say to Mr. Sanza here in the studio?
Yes, I want to thank Sansa for the good work he's doing. And for our listeners, I think the awareness about organic agriculture is still quite low. And then the fact that we are gradually gravitating towards organic agriculture, we have a challenge. There is a thin line. I would say the meeting point between organic agriculture and conventional agriculture is sustainable agriculture. Now, where you take a little of what it is that the conventional farmers are using that is not eco-friendly and substitute them with the eco-friendly one, degradable version of their pesticides, of their herbicides, that their post-harvest interval is quite low. If we do that, we will be able to protect the ecosystem.
Sure.
The beneficial insect life will also be protected
Sure.
while we're trying to eradicate the non-beneficial one.
Yeah.
So we can take the organic agriculture as it is and then supplement, because fighting pests is not an easy task. It is a very, very Herculean one. But there are products that are being engineered that are eco-friendly now. They help to deal with the adverse effect of what the conventional farmer is doing. So I am joining you by supporting that in sustainable agriculture, we are also looking at sustainable development goals. We have more mouths to feed that requires our food. Health-wise, we have to consider all of those factors as well, that we are doing something that will be sustainable, will not deplete the soil, and will not bring adverse health impact on the consumer of those produce. I appreciate what you're doing. You and I are from the same university.
Oh,
I
that's
graduated
nice.
from horticulture.
Wow.
I think Sansa did plant breeding or plant production. So we are doing our best wherever we are.
We applaud you for
thank
that.
you.
Sansa, anything you'd like to say?
Yeah.
Thank you for calling.
Yeah, thank you, Ope. I want to say some of those produce you just mentioned. We have something called neem oil. It's actually what a biopesticide that it's used to control pest now, and it's working effectively. And as an horticulturist, I think you should also be able to validate that in respect to post-harvest handling. Yeah.
All right. Next call. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Who's on the line?
My name is Casey, calling from Supply Town.
Hi. Please, I'd like you to lower the volume of the radio, I think, that you're listening to so that we can hear you well. There's a lot of echo. Any questions or comment for Sansa here in the studio?
Yeah, you called the WhatsApp number very fast. I don't really right now. So you could call it again for us to get it. And the website, we didn't get the address.
Okay. I can't hear you very well, but I think he's asking about the website. Can you give you more information on
It's not
websites?
the website,
What?
the WhatsApp number.
The WhatsApp number.
WhatsApp number. Okay. Go ahead, Sansa.
The WhatsApp number is 0818. Just a minute, please.
I'll give it if you want.
Okay.
+234 818 5079 084. So I'll repeat. +234 818 5079 084. For those of you who've missed it, you can always go back on the Nigeria Info Facebook page, review the video. We're airing right now live, but you can always watch the video again, and all the information will be displayed once again. Thank you for calling.
And our website is
yeah.
www.organic.ng.
Yes.
So you
Exactly.
can always place your order from there too.
And they can see all the products that are being available,
Exactly.
right?
Yes.
And what I like is that it's like sometimes I call and they might not have chicken all the time available, which proves that they're really following nature's rhythm. They're not making sure that there's chicken available every time for the demand. You are really respecting how whatever it is you're planting or growing is developing and reproducing. You're not rushing time. You're not forcing the growth. So that really is a confirmation that really you guys are doing a great job.
Yeah, thank you.
So what else can we tell our listeners before we end the show while we're waiting for other callers?
Okay. Basically, another thing we do in Organic Shop in trying to support sustainable organic farmers is we've noticed so many agricultural waste are just being disposed. Farmers complain, I couldn't sell this, I couldn't. Okay, I agree with organic, and perhaps the demand are not available. So what we do in mitigating waste production in agriculture, not just even organic now, in agriculture, we have a drying facility for people to come to use. Perhaps you have your pineapple or you have your tomato and you grill them, and perhaps the market, instead of you just waste. In the organic system, there's one value in the organic system, nothing waste in the organic system.
Everything is reused.
So because you can always recycle or you can always turn them over to. So we have a drying facility, perhaps you can just dry your tomato and you turn it to tomato juice. You dry your pineapple, you turn it to pineapple juice.
That's
or
amazing.
perhaps pineapple flour. So and we have that facility available both for farmers and consumers, perhaps even researchers that really want to use. So that's in a way we are trying to mitigate waste production, waste in agriculture generally.
So you're really closing the loop, if I may say.
that's-
You
that-
are
that-
not
that-
just
that's it.
ending it, okay, you don't sell, fine, too bad for you. There's always something you can do. You're following the circle
Even
of
your
life.
vegetables, you can always dry them, combine so many of them together and make it as a spice instead of using your Maggi. And
What
we
about compost? Do you use...
basically, we don't have compost. We don't do compost because we are not directly on the farm as such. But majority of our organic farmers that use our compost for fertilizer, there's an integrated way which they do to prepare their compost, which they use on the organic farm.
All right.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Mr. Sansa, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
And
you,
once
Carla.
again, for all of you in Ikeja, I envy you on Saturday because I
Yeah.
won't be able to go. Can you give us more on that detail again on the
Our
event?
farmers market, and it starts 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. So you come in, you get your produce fresh from farm, your chickens. We have just a few chickens
Yeah,
left.
and eggs.
Eggs, yeah.
And if they can't make it, they can call
They
and
can
order,
call,
and it
place
will be
another.
delivered. I can
Exactly.
guarantee
and
you
once
this.
it's
I
not
always do
available,
that.
we'll always tell you it's not available.
Mr. Sanza, thank you so much.
Thank you,
Once
Carla.
again, from the organic shop, it's always a pleasure promoting this healthy lifestyle. As you said, it's about a lifestyle. It's about taking charge of your own health, not relying on other people to tell you what you should and what you shouldn't be eating. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Carla.
Dipo, we'll see you once again next week. This was the Health Station with myself, Carla, and Dipo. We will see you next Friday, and for now, I will leave you with Breathe by Bez featuring Simi.
That was Health Station with Carla. Health Station with Carla. Make it a date next week, 11 a.m. to 12 noon.